So far this week, honestly, it's been a lot of rest for our players. We've had to give them a day off and then do some skill work. Today was probably our most preparation actually for Trevecca, where we focused on what they do. A lot of what we've been doing is focusing on us and what we need to do to be ready to go. But today was a lot of going through their sets. They run a ton of sets, so making sure we're prepared to guard. They have some unreal shooters and a really good post player, so we're gonna have to be sharp defensively.
Yeah, it's awesome. Last year it was really disappointing, obviously, not making it to the tournament, so I'm really excited, and I think we have a really good chance to make a deep run. It's kind of the same game plan, just sticking to our defense and sticking to our offense, and I think the only thing that's changed really is our intensity. I mean, we know it's win or go home, so obviously we got to do what we can to stay in the tournament.
I feel like playing in the GLIAC, every team is really competitive. So going into this game, it's not very much different in that aspect. They have some tough shooters, they have a really good guard, really tough post player, but ultimately it's just trusting our defense, knowing that your teammates are going to be there and help, and knowing that it's not all just your job to shut somebody down when you're guarding them, because your teammates will always be there. But I feel like going into the game, just focusing on like urgency and energy is the biggest thing. And yeah, I feel like I try to bring that as a defensive-minded player.
There's a couple that are really good for them. A couple, they had all-conference players. Actually, number 24 is a really good player for them, and then their post player, number 45. So one of their guards, one of their posts, they're two leading scorers, but everyone else can really shoot it. So it's not like you can help off a ton on those two. Everyone's gonna have to do their jobs while focusing on those two specifically.
Playing there earlier this year, we didn't have the outcome that we wanted necessarily, but having a familiar hoop to shoot on and just knowing that we've been there before, I feel like that definitely eases some nerves.
I think one of the biggest keys to success for us is staying aggressive offensively regardless of what they do defensively. They run a box and one, a 1-3-1, a man-to-man, they press sometimes, so they're going to switch things up and try to throw us off. I think the biggest key is not letting that slow us down or make us question things, and just continuing to run our offense and keep the ball moving and just stay aggressive. 2 years ago, we were actually ranked number 1 in the region, but we didn't get to host due to the COVID year. But Ellie McKay has been here before, Alex Rondorf, Katelyn Meister, Sloan Zenner. So a lot of our veteran players have been in a moment like this, the NCAA tournament, when you're playing for something big, but our younger players haven't. So I'm excited for them to get to experience this, to be able to fly to a game, we never get to do that, and just make some awesome memories with their teammates.
I think staying locked together as a team and trusting that like my teammates have my back, and I know that they do. I always trust them, and if I make a mistake, I know they have my back, and that's a good thing, that feeling, because I know that they're always going to be there for me no matter what. If I play my best or I play my worst, they're always going to be there for me, and I really value that.
For us, it's going to be defense and putting a full 40 together. We've had a few games where there's times when we're not playing our best, and we know, like, going into the tournament that everybody's going to be playing at their best, so we got to play a full 40 minutes and stick to our defense. And yeah, I think that's probably the biggest thing.